Hello beautiful unicorns and welcome back to my channel and this Make Your Own Serpentina palette. This is part of my series with me trying to dupe some of the really hyped and popular palettes by using single eyeshadows. The palette Serpentina is made by Kat Von D and my Serpentina palette looks like this. This series has a couple of episodes and I will link the episodes and the playlist up here so you can see more what it's all about and see if any of your other favorite palettes have already been made, because I have made quite a few episodes now, I must say. And I think this is one of my favorite series to do on my channel. I'm super thrilled that you seem to like it and really excited that you keep requesting me to do different palettes. I know you wanted to see the Metal Matte palette by Kat Von D, but actually I'm thinking about doing that in a different twist. I wanted to get that palette. But I can't. Kat Von D, why do you hate Sweden? Seriously, I want to get the Serpentina palette as well, but apparently I live in Antarctica and we can't get makeup here. Anyways, this series is not about bashing brands. This is not me telling you not to get the products, not to get the palettes. This is me just offering you an alternative route to go if you don't want to get the palette, or if you think that you maybe already own the palette and you just want to see some similar colors or similar color schemes. Because let's be honest, most of the palettes that come out are something that we've already seen. There's a lot of neutral palettes being released nowadays, and for the Serpentina palette to come out, I felt like that was a bit unique. But some people didn't like the palette because they thought that it wasn't really a palette you could use on its own. I only used these colors on my eyes today and I love having jewel tones like this. So I basically just threw together my favorite jewel toned eyeshadows that are somewhat in the color scheme of the palette, and I'm gonna show you. Maybe you already own some of these shadows. Maybe you already own some shadows that really are similar to these shadows. So maybe you already have the palette, and that's what this series is all about. For you to shop your stash, take a step back and be like, do I already own this? Or maybe I just need to buy one or two shadows and I pretty much own the color scheme of the palette. With the Serpentina palette, all the colors are kind of exciting except one color that I just skipped because I didn't like that and I didn't see anyone liking that color, so I'm showing you something different instead. Yeah, that's what I did. Deal with it. Also, let's have a little live update before I start swatching the shadows, because I will swatch the shadows and tell you all about it, but let's just have a little live update and just break down some of the things going on in my life for a bit. I've told you this before, but the filming space I have right now is my second apartment. I work in a different town from where I live. So right now I am in my second apartment filming in my second place. That made no sense. But you get me. So the lighting is not as good here, the sound is probably a bit echoey and I'm sorry about that, but I am in the process of moving, and when I move I will have a beauty room. I know, right? And I will for sure be showing you my beauty room, my collection, all of that, but you just need to be a bit patient. And because of that, the lighting is not as good in this apartment. It's quite dark, and Sweden right now is like pitch black. We don't have that much sunlight in Sweden now at all. So I hope you're okay with me not uploading as many like tutorials, and I hope you're okay with me maybe not uploading 3 videos a week that much until I get settled into my new apartment. That will probably be mid-December, something like that, but I have a bunch of ideas planned for you. I have a bunch of new products to show you, so there will definitely be coming out new videos throughout the whole of November. I even have a giveaway planned for you, so be subscribed to be notified when that giveaway is coming. So there's a bunch of things coming, but I just want to let you know why things are a bit different, and also why I'm not filming in front of my vanity right now, because I can't. Basically I can. So hopefully this is okay for now, and let's get to swatching. The Serpentina palette is basically like 2 matte jewel tone colors and a lot of really nice metallic shades. At least that's how I saw the palette. So let's start with swatching these 2 matte colors, and then we can go into the shimmery ones. There is a color in the palette that's called Blood Milk, right? And I actually got this color from Inglot. This is part of the What a Spice collection, so this is a new color from Inglot. This is 301, and this is a matte burgundy. This is the closest one to Melt Cosmetics Lovesick that I have seen actually as a single. You can get these from Inglot. They're not that expensive, and look at the size of this. It's amazing. And it is a really nice matte. It is what I have in my crease today. Oh, I almost poked myself with the red eyeshadow. Let's not. And this is an amazing color. So if you want to buy something from Inglot, make sure to check out this shadow, 301, but also check out the pigments they have. They're amazing. They're so good. They're life. They're life. But this one really seems like that blood milk shade, and that was the shade that most people were excited about, and I also heard some mixed reviews about that shade. But this one is really nice. So if you're looking for that burgundy red without the orange undertone, because this has a more of a cooler undertone than for say the maple one from Looxi, that has more of a rusty undertone, but that is a beautiful one as well. If you love like warm eyeshadows, it's beautiful. But this one, really nice. There was also a purple eyeshadow in the palette, and it seemed really similar to this one. This is Curfew by Makeupgeek, and I love this shadow. I have this on my lower lash line, and then in the inner part I have some blue, but this is a really nice matte color. It's a really nice matte, and I love this for doing purpley looks. And if you're looking for a matte purple that's actually quite good, this one, the Curfew by Makeupgeek, is a sure bet. I really recommend this one. I actually use it a lot, and I have this in my Autumn Sea palette. I will link that video up here as well, because this is one of my go-to colors for autumn and wintry smoky eyes. I love a purple smoky eye, and I really think that these two mattes are really similar to the two mattes that I saw in the Serpentina palette. Do let me know if you don't agree with me down below. I'm open for suggestions. Now let's get into some shimmers. I want to show you this gold shimmer first, because this is more of a big eyeshadow. This is from JD Glow, and JD Glow does eyeshadows in a bit of a bigger pan, and if you're looking for a really foil high pigment eyeshadow, you should really check out JD Glow. They do amazing eyeshadows. This one is just called Gold. This is from the Metallic collection. I saw that had two kind of goldy shades in the palette. Well, one was a pigment and one was a shadow. I don't even have the palette in front of me, but correct me if I'm wrong, one was a shadow and one was a pigment. If you're just looking for good gold and you want to have something really gold, this one, Gold from JD Glow, it is so intense. Do you see this? I'm telling you, this should be your new go-to gold. Oh, so beautiful. So if you're looking for really pigmented eyeshadows, JD Glow does amazing eyeshadows. I've heard that their matte collection is coming out for Black Friday, so you should keep your eyes open for that one as well. I know I will, because I'm really excited about that. Next, let's swatch this blue one. They had a really nice blue one in the palette, and actually one of the shadows from JD Glow called Rendesvouz. Rendezvous. That one. I will put the name of that one down below as well. That one actually is more of an intense blue, but I left that in my other apartment. Things are just a bit messed up right now, I'm sorry about that. But this is also a really good blue one. I swatched this shadow in my Looxi fall collection. I will link that up here as well. And this is called Midnight, and it's just a shimmery blue. It's a really nice shadow if you want to have a blue that's not super like bright and in your face, because this would look amazing with a brown crease if you want to keep it more mellow, or it would even go really good with either of these matte up here. I love jewel tones together. If they're in the same color scheme, don't be afraid to mix them. I have blue, green and red and purple on my eyes today, together with the golden in the corner, and I have a purple liner and I'm loving it. So if it's in the same color family, don't be afraid to mix them all together. Well, not mix them all together, but put them on your eyes and just feel doused in jewel colors. Next shadow is also from Looxi. This is Queen of Mean, and it's one of the Aurora shadows. So this is a duochrome, and as you can see, this is a beautiful greenish shadow. They had a really nice cool green shadow in the palette, and I actually think that this is really similar to that one, because this is a more of a cooler green as well. And just look at how beautiful that is. This color scheme is just... I actually wish I could get the Serpentina palette, but if you're like me and you couldn't get a hold of it, some of these colors may be speaking to you and you could get your own version instead. I'm going to show you two red eyeshadows because everybody seems to be loving burgundies for fall, and I thought I'd show you two that has a bit of a different tone. This is Very Sexy by Looxi. This is a duochrome. This is a coppery burgundy duochrome, and this is a really beautiful shadow. This is what I have in the outer part of my lid, and it's really beautiful. It's a burgundy copper, and I hope this shows on camera. But basically it's burgundy copper duochrome. It's really beautiful. I do love my Looxi eyeshadows, and if you want to shop with Looxi, which is already a really affordable brand, I do have a coupon code with them. I will leave it down below, and that will take an extra 10% off your order. I do believe that all three of these are on the site, and a bunch of other colors and highlighters, of course. Let me show you the other red one. The other red one is more of a red metallic without the coppery sheen. I have talked about this before on my channel. This is Victorian Ruby. I don't know how many times I have mentioned this color in one of these dupe palettes videos, because every palette now seems to have a red burgundy shimmer. This one from Coastal Scents, yes, this is from Coastal Scents. Victorian Ruby is only $2 from Coastal Scents, and Coastal Scents always has a sale on Black Friday. So if you want to buy some eyeshadows from Coastal Scents, do it on Black Friday. They're probably going to have a 50% off all their single eyeshadows, and then it's only going to be $1. Get Victorian Ruby, it's so beautiful, and it is that red metallic that everybody keeps throwing in their palettes nowadays. If that's what you're looking for, it's here, right here. I love that my necklace did like a wandering trip of like 180 degrees and nobody told me. I need to be one of those, you know, the rich girls that have like assistants standing here. They can be like, hun, your necklace, it's a bit... I don't have that. I'm all alone, and my neighbors probably think I'm crazy. To be honest, some of my neighbors are crazy. I have two shades left to swatch for you, and neither of these shades really have something to do with the palette, but I wanted to show them anyways. One, because one of them is a favorite shadow to have together with jewel tones, and one because I think that that is nicer than the one they had in the palette. Let's start with the one that really complements jewel shades. This is Phoenix Sun by Coastal Scents. This is like a bright marmalade orange metallic. This is such a cool color. I think I've showed you this before, but this is really a potent eyeshadow. Do you see that? So cool. Imagine having like any of these three together with this in the crease. That would be so beautiful. And this is also really nice with something more of a light wash of orange in the crease to have like a summery eye. Also, Coastal Scents are going to have a sale soon at Black Friday. This is going to be $1, Phoenix Sun, but you could get it any other time as well, because $2 for an eyeshadow, that's nothing. Normally the shimmers from Coastal Scents are really good, but some of the mattes are really good as well. I do have some videos with me swatching Coastal Scents if you're interested. There was a shadow in the palette that was like a matte dark brown with some like micro glitter in it, and normally people don't go crazy over shadows with micro glitter in them. I don't know why people keep doing them. Who really likes them? Anyone? Didn't think so. So I thought I'd show you a really nice metallic black instead. It's not really black. This is like a carbon dark grey metallic. This is called Quake. It's from Looxi Beauty, and this is a good dark grey metallic, but there's a lot of really metallic black ones on the market. This just happens to be one of my favorites. Hey, and if you are looking for something dark and you don't want to go pitch black, try something like this. It's really nice to have like a metallic black or a metallic dark grey on your lid and then have something like this on your crease. That's a really nice going out look. So I thought I'd show you this as well, because this goes well with these jewel colors as well. And I think that metallic dark greys and metallic blacks are not getting enough attention. Such a nice color, and I wish that more people would use it. Maybe you could be one of them. You hear? So that is the palette I had to offer for you. Do let me know if you have any other suggestions for eyeshadows that should have been in this palette. Do let me know what you think of the selection as a whole, and if you have any other palettes you'd like me to dupe. I will say right now that one of the palettes I'm not going to dupe is the Rose Gold palette by Huda, because that palette is like any other red rose golden warm palette. I mean, just get a red, get an orange, get it over with. You don't need a whole palette. Nobody seems to like those metallic shades anyways, so just look at some of the other dupe videos up here and just go with those instead, because I think that is a bit overpriced for a palette that you probably already own. All in all, I really wanted to get the Serpentina palette, but I couldn't, so I'm happy that I actually seem to already own it. See, these are the things I kind of need to do for myself. I need to do this and just be like, oh wait, never mind, I own this palette. Oops. I actually felt like this palette got a lot of negative comments for no reason. People seem to be like, oh, all the makeup companies are releasing the same palettes all the time, blah blah blah, browns, browns, browns. And then somebody tries to do something different, like the Serpentina palette, and people are like, it doesn't have a black, it doesn't have a matte white, it doesn't have a transition color, I can't do a whole look with this palette, blah 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 blah. And it's like, do you want to own 200 beiges or don't you want to own 200 beiges? If you have palettes already with a transition shade or a white matte or a black, just pull out a couple of other colors. And even if you go traveling with it, what's the harm in bringing 2 palettes? Let's be honest, most people travel with like 5 foundations. Is it really gonna hurt you to bring 2 palettes? I don't think so. We need to chill and just be happy that somebody's actually doing palettes that are a bit different, and I really applaud Kat Von D for doing that. I hope more companies do it like that. I know that Makeup Addiction Cosmetics also brings out some really cool palettes, and I have found another brand that does that as well. And I bought one of their eyeshadows and I'm gonna test it out in my channel in a bit, so stay tuned to see that. I'm super excited about that because I don't own anything from that brand. I feel like I'm building up tension here. I hope you're as excited as I am, because I'm really excited. Thank you so much for being here. If you're not subscribed already, the button is down below. I'm just super thrilled and happy that you're here. Right now we're 9,000 subscribers and I'm so happy and thankful about that. You have no idea. I never ever in my wildest dreams thought that 9,000 people would have pressed the subscribe button. I just love you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting me. I love your comments. I love reading everything that you write to me. You're so amazing. I will stop babbling now because I need to have a cup of tea and just enjoy the night, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!